Hello everyone, my name is Jimmy and welcome to The Last Lap. In today's video we're going to be breaking down everything we saw from Indianapolis, the road course edition. But before we hop into the video, just want to quickly remind you guys to hit that like button and subscribe button. And you can check out our personal social media pages down in the description. The links will be there. But let's go ahead and hop into the video. Matthew, my friend and co-host, is joining me. And in our previous video, I didn't mention it, but Friday, August 11th was this man's 24th birthday, so happy belated birthday to you. We were able to go out to some lunch, actually, to your, I guess, new favorite restaurant. We went to Cheddar's. This man insisted that we went there to support his fellow driver Kyle Busch's sponsor, so we went and did that. It was pretty good food, honestly, and got him that shirt that he's wearing right there, so glad that he's repping it and likes the new gear. But anyways, Matthew, how you feeling post birthday, and also how you feeling based on what we saw from Indianapolis today?
Well, I officially feel old right now. Um, by the way, those cheddars croissants absolutely slap, by the way, in case you're wondering. And I also got the number 8 special because I had to. But yeah, it was a wonderful birthday. Got this nice Lucas Oil shirt, as you can see on the back. And also one more thing he also gave me was a nice old race version right here, and a unique one as well. Is Kyle Busch's 2008 Mexico win in the Nationwide Series as it was back then. Um, this is a really nice piece, unique race since it was in the last race in Mexico for NASCAR. Um, and it's also in the number 20 car, which was it's pretty interesting in the collection. So very nice piece to have, and of course, thank you um, for giving me this. And yeah, what a interesting weekend it was at Indianapolis, and let's get right to it.
Alright, let's go ahead and hop into the race recap. Honestly, not too much going on today from Indy. Only one caution all day long, and it came out early. Joey Logano, he ended up shoving Justin Healy off the track through the backstretch chicane, and he hit the tire barrier. That brought out a caution, the only one of the day, and it was a great caution for William Byron because he had to start in the back and he had to do a pass-through penalty due to failing inspection 3 times. So lucky break for him to be able to catch up to the field. And then right after that, Joey Logano does exactly what he did last year. He locked up the tires going into turn 1 and ran into the back of his teammate and ended up spinning himself out. So not the best start for Joey Logano. But early on, it was Michael McDowell and Daniel Suarez. They seemed to be the two best cars early in the race. They went back and forth, trading the lead a few times, but Michael McDowell would win the first stage. And then Denny Hamlin, he won the second stage after staying out from the start of the race up until the end of stage 2, so he could get another playoff point and probably some regular season points to try and catch his teammate Martin Truex Jr. Another on-track incident, Ryan Blaney and AJ Allmendinger, they made some contact in the final corner, and AJ Allmendinger ended up getting spun out, and he was very frustrated with Ryan Blaney, saying something along the lines of, if I get back to the 12th car, I'm going to wipe him out, or something along those lines. They never saw each other again, so unfortunately that was the end of that short and sweet little soundbite, I guess. And then also, Daniel Suarez, he used the bumper on Chase Elliott going into one of the corners to get by him for second place. And then right after that, he came down pit road and proceeded to have a slow pit stop. The hose got stuck when the drop jacked. It got stuck on one of the tire hoses, so they had to go back around, jack the car back up, and that was a very slow stop for Daniel Suarez. But after that, Michael McDowell, he stayed in the lead, controlled the lead through the pit cycles. Chase Elliott came out second, Daniel Suarez third, and nobody could catch Michael McDowell today. He was able to get the win, his first of this season, second of his career. Quickly, as a Chase Elliott fan, I do just have to go on a quick little rant. It's like 20 seconds long, but shout out Lap Traffic, Ricky Stenhouse and Mike Rockenfeller. You guys were in Chase's way and may have cost him a chance to get to McDowell. I don't know if he would have gotten there anyway, but the last 2 or 3 laps, Chase really closed that gap. But yeah, if Stenhouse and Rockefeller weren't there, he may have been able to get to his bumper. I don't know. But I know they were racing for the free pass and all that, but still, when you're right in the middle of the leaders, I don't know, just rough situation all around. Um, it took me quite a while to get over what happened. Not the lap traffic thing, just Chase finishing second because he has such a good car. But I just think McDowell was the class of the field today. Any other day, I would have been right when Michael McDowell won. I would have been like, oh, that's great for Michael McDowell. But I had to process it just a little bit, go through my feelings, get in my feelings, all that stuff, get through all that stuff. But yeah, great for Michael McDowell. He's a great guy. Love that he got the win. Very good Christian guy. Small team front row getting their second win as an organization. Coming off a great season last year too. I believe he had like a record of top tens last year or something like that, and laps led and all these different categories. So coming off consistency last year to now getting a win this season and punching his ticket to the playoffs with a win. I don't know. He may have made the playoffs last year if he didn't win, or if we didn't have like 16 or 15, 16 different winners. I don't remember, but he was really good on points last year. So great to see him get a win. Quickly go over the results. McDowell, Elliott, Suarez, and Reddick, all four of them qualified in the top 4 spots, and that's where they ended up finishing. So, like a lot of people said, track position very important for this race. Alex Bowman top 5, Chase Briscoe 6th. Very good run for Chase Briscoe. He's had a very bad season. So SHR in general has had a terrible season. So great to see at least one of their cars have a good run on the road course. Martin Truex Jr. 7th, Christopher Bell 9th, 2 Toyotas. The Toyotas really, 3 of them finished in the top 10, but they almost seemed like they were nowhere to be found today as far as race-winning speed is concerned, especially looking back at Chicago, Christopher Bell and Martin Truex Jr., arguably the cars to be there. And then this race last year, Christopher Bell had a very good car as well. So a little bit surprising not to see them a little bit more towards the front contending for this race win. And down in 10th, by the skin of his teeth, Shane Van Gisbergen gets inside the top 10, which unfortunately proves my sticky note back there to be wrong. I said he would not win or be in the top 10. By the skin of his teeth, he proves me wrong. 10th place finish for SVG. Good run for him. And then the other international racers, just want to quickly go over where they finished. Brody Kostecki, 22nd. Mike Rockefeller, 24th. Jensen Button, 28th. And Kamui Kobayashi, I think I said that pretty close, finished 33rd. Rough day for Kamui. He got taken out at least twice that I know of. And then, yeah, just tough day for him. Tough day for the rest of the international guys. I had a feeling none of them would really have a good run today. I heard Kamui was really fast during his test session at VIR, but throw him out there with 40 other drivers, and chaos ended up happening. But yeah, other post-race thoughts. AJ Allmendinger also nowhere to be found today, really. I'm wondering if him or the Toyotas, are they going to bounce back next week at Watkins Glen? Because Allmendinger usually pretty good at Watkins Glen as well. Martin Truex Jr. really good at Watkins Glen as well. Wondering if those guys will have a bounce back race there. And also the playoff picture has been updated now with Michael McDowell winning and punching his ticket into the playoffs. Let's take a quick look at it here. So Kevin Harvick and Brad Keselowski still well above the cut line for now. Unless there's a new winner, then it'll be between those two guys for the final spot. And there's only 2 points separating them. But right now, they're looking pretty good. Bubba Wallace plus 28. And then below the cut line, Daniel Suarez, Ty Gibbs, Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman. Pretty much just between Daniel Suarez and Bubba Wallace at this point, I think. With McDowell winning, I think that pretty much puts Ty Gibbs in a must-win situation as well. Chase Elliott, obviously, must-win situation too. And like I've said the past few videos, I think next week at Watkins Glen, probably his best chance to win, showing that he had good speed at Indy Road Course. hopefully that transpires over to Watkins Glen. Watkins Glen, arguably one of his best road courses. Fingers crossed, as a Chase Elliott fan, he can get it done, but I don't know. We should just have to wait and see. But yeah, that's pretty much all I really have to say about not Watkins Glen. Wow, that's next week about Indy Road Course. Matthew, what do you have to say about some of the stuff you saw today from the race?
All right. So before I get right into this, you said you had to process the end of this race. You were
Yes, because yes, Chase Elliott was that close to winning. Like,
well.
he's in a must-win situation, and he's right
Well,
there.
I know.
If he's that close to winning,
I know why it took you
it
so
takes
long.
a you got
I know why it took you so long to process because you had to realize your guy got whooped by a front row motorsports car, which I did not.
no. He got whooped by a good road course racer. That's what he got whooped by.
Okay, okay. So, all jokes aside, what a this was a I guess say by far this was the most clean Indy road course race in the Cup Series history to date. By far, this was the most clean. Um, Which I'm sure too. Of course, every time we go to this weekend is always controversial. The whole road course oval debate, topic. That's all they're going to be talking about. But I'd say this race definitely, if this is the last time that they race on the road course, which it sounds like it will happen, um, I said this was a good ending to that tenure. We didn't have a chaotic, overtime finishes. We didn't have a curb breaking. We didn't have people doing some tomfoolery on the turn one. Um, so this was a very I guess this was a very solid race. Of course, this race flew by fast. I don't know if this was just me, but this race flew by fast, probably because of the long green flag run we had today. I mean, besides that one caution, it was green the whole way, which definitely helped with the I guess the pace of it. Um, but man, first and foremost, what an amazing story it is for Michael McDowell to win. I mean, we just came off with us talking about, man. We never thought Chris Buescher going back this season. We never predicted that. I certainly didn't predict Michael McDowell was going to win a non super speedway race either as well. Um, But this, I mean, not only won this race, he absolutely dominated, which was even more impressive considering the organization that he runs in. And of course, the big story in the off season was losing his crew chief to Hendrick Motorsports. And a lot of people predicted that this was going to be an absolute down year for him. But I say it's been the opposite. I mean, this year he has been in the playoffs hunt this whole season. I mean, he's literally been on that cut line the whole time. And now they're in the playoffs for sure. And this was an absolute great run for him. Very happy for him. I mean, he's such a humble guy, very cool guy, and It just seems like the past couple of years we have seen Michael McDowell become one of the more underrated drivers in this series right now. I mean, he's no longer that well-known backmarker who had that qualifying crash in Texas. He's now a Daytona 500 winner, a very underrated driver, and now an Indianapolis winner. So, I mean, good congratulations to Michael McDowell and of course the Front Row Motorsports, who ever since this next gen car has developed, it seems like their whole program has elevated. Which kudos to them. And also coming off the news that both Michael McDowell and Todd Gillen will be back in those cars next year. So those that came in just in time. So congratulations to Michael McDowell from Row Motorsports for this win. Absolutely dominating, which I was shocked by. Of course, I know Michael McDowell is a great road course racer, but for him to dominate was absolutely impressive. So congratulations to them. Um, I do feel very bad for Daniel Suarez though, because he definitely could have won this race as well if his pit crew did not pull a 23-11 racing choke job here and just totally mess up that last pit stop, which absolutely killed him. And I mean, if that didn't happen, who knows what this battle could have happened? I know Elliott was close, but who knows what Suarez could have done if he was still there? So, I mean, that's unfortunate for him. Um, of course, it was so cool seeing all the international drivers in this race. And of course, my guy, SVG, even though he didn't win like I predicted, he still got a top 10, which was still very impressive by him. Of course, he had to do something that he didn't do in Chicago, double file restarts, which I think lucky for him, there weren't too many of those. Um, but he was still able to get a top 10. And hey, he still had more top 10s than Noah Gragson this season. um, but I mean, good job to him. I mean, continuing that high that because he had a bunch of expectations coming in with his win in Chicago, and he was able to get a top 10 out of it. So kudos to him. His other supercard, the other VA supercard guy, what's that guy's name? Oh my goodness,
Brody Kostecki.
Brody Koskeki. I'm sorry, I'm so bad with names, but he did have. I mean, in qualifying, it looked like he was going to start near the top 10, but unfortunately, he had a crash in qualifying, and that pretty much made him a no-show. Unfortunately, so he was in the 20s. I do feel really bad for Kube Kobayashi. Is that right? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying. Did I get that right?
Close enough.
Wait, how do you say it?
I said Kamui Kobayashi.
Kobui Kobayashi, I think. Um, and in all seriousness, um, unfortunately, he did not have the best day for him. I mean, I don't think it was really any of his fault, but he basically just got dumped by Greggy Spinhouse once again for some reason. But you know what was funny? Jensen Button was getting a little physical with Stenhouse there. I mean, he wasn't backing down from when Stenhouse got into him. So he gave it back to him, which I was surprised since he's, from Formula One, and Formula One is known for being so strict on that. So I'm glad to see someone from Open Wheel start to get a little muscle in there. So kudos to Jensen Button there. But overall, it was a solid race. I mean, it was still very hard to pass, which still a next gen thing. You just get used to it, but a very solid race. What an amazing win it was from Michael McDowell. And yeah, we got another road course coming up this weekend. And I mean, just what happened to Chris Buescher, could we see the same thing happen to McDowell now? Because he's also good at there as well.
Yeah, back to Suarez's pit crew mishap. I don't really. It wasn't a mistake the pit crew made, really. I think it was just bad luck because the tire hose got stuck under the tire when they dropped the jack, and by the time the jack man dropped it, he was already on the other side when they figured it out. So, don't really think it was an error on their part, just bad luck. Yeah, it would have been interesting to see Suarez, Elliott, and McDowell dice it up for the win because those three seemed to be pretty equal. It seemed like McDowell and Suarez were just a little bit better than Chase Elliott, but he could still hang up there with them. Either way, decent race overall. I think the fact that there were no stage cautions and the restart zone was changed a little bit, I think that definitely helped this race out. I think it was also good to have a quote unquote normal or boring road course race for once, where it just kind of let it play itself out under green compared to having all these cautions and restarts and overtime and this, that, and the other thing. Would have been cool if there was some kind of strategy thrown in there as well, but with a really long green flag run right like that, not really a need for strategy. But yeah, let's go ahead and rate this race For me, I think I'll give it about a 6 out of 10. I pretty much just explained why before giving that rating right there. So that's it for me. Matthew, what are you going to rate the race from Indy Road Course?
I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Actually, very solid race. I'm just glad it wasn't, an absolute disaster of an ending like it's been the past two times. There wasn't a lot of tomfoolery, like 95% less tomfoolery. Um, but I mean, overall, it was still a solid race, and of course, having a big upset winner like Michael McDowell always helps as well. So I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
All right, and as for our fantasy points, you only beat me by a few this week, so I'll count that as a win. You only beat me by 9. Obviously, I'm still quite a ways behind you, but our points will be on the screen for you guys. But yeah, I think it's pretty much going to wrap it up. Pretty simple video. Matthew, do you have any other closing thoughts before I go ahead and finish this video up?
Let's see. I don't, I don't think so. Yeah, nope. I don't have any thoughts this weekend.
All right. Well, for Watkins Glen next week, I got my 2 Chase Elliott Watkins Glen diecasts right there. Hopefully that can give me some good luck because he's going to need it next week going into Watkins Glen. Probably his best chance to win. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and check out our social media pages. Those will be linked down below. But until the next time, we'll see you guys in the next video.